gentlemen, this is Chris with the Age of Reason. How are you? Can you hear me? So hopefully everybody can hear me this time. Probably not. Typically this program will stop recording without letting me know. Just more fucked up news every day that you wake up. Whether it happens to yourself or somebody else, this world's full of fucked up news reflecting the fact that we're all living in desperate times and on borrowed time. What happened now? You're asking, right? What the fuck now? Well, first of all, how's it been out in your area? What's happening out in your area? How are you doing? Has it gotten any better? And if it has, have you helped anyone else get better? Helped anyone else survive? Get ahead? Because when we're doing better, we must make sure that others are also able to do better. Because without the others, we wouldn't have a chance, right? No matter how arrogant you are, no matter how haughty you are, it's just a fact. It takes everybody. We should pull together to get through this fucked up reality. Otherwise, what's it worth? We've seen what happens with keeping up with the Joneses for so long. Ignoring your neighbor. You know, watching people suffer, watching people die, watch people get thrown under the bus, locked up and everything else. What's the fucking point? You got to try to take care of each other out there. Because when we don't, that's when bad shit happens. And when bad shit happens to somebody, bad shit is just going to happen to everybody else. Somehow, eventually, down the way. I don't care what it is. Eviction, incarceration, poverty. It all comes back around. There's no escaping it. You can try to ignore this reality for as long as you want. But someday everybody's touched by these things. Someday everybody is touched by these things. And if you haven't been, count your blessings and make sure that you do something to ensure that these things don't touch you. And these things don't touch somebody else. In other words, if you are in a position to help somebody else in any way, make sure that you do it. I don't care if it's cutting their fucking grass for them. I don't care if it's taking out their fucking garbage. I don't care if it's cleaning up their garbage on their fucking boulevard after the garbage man leaves it all over the place. And you just bitch about it. Well, maybe they're fucking hurting. Who fucking knows? Yeah, they might be lazy. Yeah, they might be really fucking busy. It's the last thing on their list of priorities to get to. So what am I getting at today? Well, really, really terrible news happened out in my neck of the woods. Awful news. I don't even like to fucking say it. I don't even like to talk about it. Because, of course, nobody knows everything that led up to this. But either way, what happened should not have happened. There was a murder-suicide today in town. And the murder victim was a baby boy. A 6-year-old boy. That's the fucked up part. A little boy who had a family, who had friends at school, and grandparents, and uncles, and aunts, and neighbors, and everyone else, and pets. Gone. That's the worst part of this fucking story. The worst. The worst part. The first part of the story I can give a fuck about. Not that I don't give a fuck about people, I do. But if you're gonna fucking kill yourself, and don't fucking take out your fucking babies. Who was the perpetrator? It was Dad. Daddy fucking snapped and killed his baby boy, and it's been fucking with my head all day because I'm a fucking daddy, and I can never, ever, ever imagine harming any child, anyone's child, my own children, anybody. I don't care how much you don't like somebody, how much this or that fucking burns you up or whatever. Don't fuck with the little ones. Don't fuck with the goddamn kids. Don't you dare fuck with those kids, man. You're gonna fucking take yourself out. You can't fucking handle the pressure anymore. That's on you. But you go ahead and you fucking destroy everyone else's life by doing something like that, harming a baby. Because these are our babies, as parents. Our children are our babies. One has no right to ever lay a harm upon a child. Ever. So what was going on in this man's life? I don't fucking know. Marital problems, according to the news reports. So he was probably losing it all. His money, his business, his house, his family. He's probably terrified that he was going to lose his kids. I don't fucking know. It's not right for me to place speculation or conjecture. But they put this little bit of trace information out there, so of course everyone's going to fucking talk and wonder. I don't know what it was. All it said was marital problems. Either way, there's now a mama left who's destroyed. And kids at school, and teachers at school, and pets, and family, and loved ones. We're all touched by this. For no fucking reason. Little boy could have stayed home, could have stayed alive, and could have took care of mama through her hard times if this man wanted to go ahead and do himself in. Little boy could have fucking became the man that he was supposed to be. For whatever it would have been worth, as fucked up as all this is. Because this world is just increasingly more and more fucked up every day that you look around. Everyone is out of control. Everyone's out of control. No one thinks, no one talks, no one listens. So the few people who do want to talk, no one's paying attention. If you're trying to give any amount of helpful advice or a loving, compassionate ear, few people are listening. Few people take it to heart. Few people seem to care enough about themselves to realize that other people do care about them. And what do? They go ahead and destroy themselves. I don't know. Why am I talking about this? It didn't touch my family. I don't fucking know, but it touched my fucking head and it touched my heart. That's why. Because I'm a dad. I am daddy. I am super daddy. I'd do anything to protect both of my children from this terrible, destructive, poisonous world. We have people talking about civil war looming, and we have, just look at your YouTube channels out there with race war looming, division between several races, largely against the white race for whatever it is. You have multiple disconnected and disenfranchised people coming together under certain collective units of race and hoping for each other's destruction, while the people who still run the show still run the fucking show and still get fat rich. Everyone's begging and pleading and praying for destruction of somebody else in one way or another, instead of trying to find a solution to these terrible problems in this terrible world. This terrible world. Man, how many of you out there are daddies? You know? How many of you have been touched by so many things that have driven you to the brink of saying, maybe I should just give it all up, but you still haven't, right? That's damn right. Because that's not what we're supposed to do. It's not what we're supposed to do. It's not what we were born for. It's not what we were made for. We're made to go on and be strong and fight and live and champion these things. And people love a champion. And so if you champion the problems that you face, people will love you for that. And they will come to you, and they will seek you, and they will ask of you, and you will have a chance to teach and to guide. And by that, you offer protection, because knowledge is power. And if you can teach something, you have empowered somebody so that they may champion their own lives. I mean, what's it all worth? What is it worth coming out of mom and dad and going through this to just cash it all in? What's it worth? What's it worth? What is the suffering and the love and everything that comes with it worth if you just flush it away? What's it worth if you beget somebody else with more misery? What's it worth? I don't know. All I know is that this story today really touched me deep. And again, it's another story where people might say, Chris, why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? Because, God damn it, somebody's got to care. Somebody has to care. Because if nobody cares, then what's it worth? That's the point. If nobody cares, what's it worth? It wasn't supposed to be this way. That much I know. It was not supposed to be this way. Poor baby boy. It's a horrific thing to hear about. And I don't care how big or how small your area is also touched by this reality, by these things. This stuff is not isolated to the larger rest of the country, the larger rest of the world. These things are not isolated. And there's a root cause to it all. Fear. Generally driven by lack of money, losing it all, poor mental health, self-destructive choices, alcoholism, drug abuse, fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the mind killer. If you are afraid, your mind is dead. Gone. You must stay strong, and you must protect your children, protect those babies that you made, and teach them Shut off the bullshit. Teach them, connect with them. And you teach them about the importance of their blood that's in their veins, the sacredness of the gift of life. Because even when we're on our most miserable times, all dark times come to pass. And life is all too short at the end of it all. All too short at the end of it all. There's no reason that we should live in such misery and destruction and dysfunction and death and debt. All it takes is some strength, some bravery, some camaraderie, people to help you through your worst times. Everyone needs a support network out there. This man was living in the suburbs. You know, he probably felt as though he was living that American dream. You know, successful restaurateur, well, restaurant owner at least. You know, wife, children, child. I don't know how many. A nice home in a nice area. And something touched him. And something brought it all down in his mind. Fear. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I hate talking about this kind of stuff. It seems all too common right now. Certainly, if there's this much death in my area, there must be a lot more death elsewhere in your areas as well. And so what's the solution? What's the answer to the problem? Do we just continue to ignore things and watch the world burn from a safe distance? Or do we try to drag some people out of the fire? Try to drag some people out of the fire. You can still watch it burn. The greater whole of the whole system that we cannot support, is going to have its time. But in the meantime, don't let your brothers, your families, your sisters, your loved ones, do not let them fall to this. Do not let their sanity slip away. There has to be love out there. Because if there's not, this is what we get. I'm sure Daddy loved his baby. He might have been terrified that he was never going to see his baby again. I don't know. That's not the right thing to do. Not at all. I don't fucking know. It's just God fucking awful. Why are we here in this situation? Why have we not yet achieved heaven on earth? It's not possible under this system. It's not possible under this way of life where everyone's out for themselves. It's not possible because that builds isolation and ostracization and desperation. I don't know. Well, man, I'm going to get up off here. I hope this one worked. In the meantime, you guys know who I am. I am Chris with The Age of Reason. I'm telling you to keep both eyes, all three eyes opened at all times and pay attention to everything. Pay attention. There is some quickening happening right now, and I don't know what it's leading to. I have no idea what it's leading to, but something is happening. These are not just small isolated incidents. This might be like a butterfly effect kind of thing, a domino effect, as subtle and small as it might look. You guys have to pay attention and pull people out of the burning building. Protect your families, protect yourselves, and be your brother's keeper. I don't care how much you don't like that your neighbor doesn't cut the grass. There's no excuse for it anymore on your part, whatever trivial affair it may be. You go out there and you ask that person if that person needs help. If you see someone hauling something ridiculously huge down the street by hand, like a big dresser or a refrigerator or something, you stop and ask them if they need a lift. You have to do something. The smallest thing helps everyone. I'm telling you. How do I know this? I know this as a certainty. Because these smallest things that have happened to me throughout my life helped build me into the strong man that I am. This world will have to take me out. I will never take myself out. And you better not either. This is Chris with the Age of Reason. Keep both eyes, all three eyes, opened at all times and pay attention. Get them out of the fire. The shit is burning. Catch you all next time.